I don't know if I'm recording properly or not. Hi. I'm the spaz. And, I just feel like I really need to get some things off my chest and out there. So that other people who are possibly in a tricky situation or don't really know what to do with their situation that can relate to mine can kind of have someone to relate to. I'm currently pregnant. And it's been hell. No, I'm not talking about the pregnancy itself. Like, don't get me wrong, I throw up so much it's ridiculous. But it's all worth it in the end, you know? I'm talking about how I got pregnant. I wasn't raped or anything. I was with my ex, and we were just in a toxic situation, and he needed to get help for some of his stuff, you know? He was addicted to drugs, and he needed help, and I needed to get help for my stuff, because I was mentally breaking because of what was happening between us. And it wasn't like, I'm eating a taco, by the way. It wasn't like it was meant to happen that way. We didn't even know I was pregnant. And some shit went down. And I moved back into my house. And I had plans to move on with my life and do better for me, you know? And I went to my little party thing. I don't really know how to explain it. I mean, I got smothered out drunk, accidentally slept with a dude, and about 4 days later I went to the ER for bronchitis. And I made him drive over an hour to come pick me up and take me to the ER because I thought he gave me an STD, honestly. Come to find out, I was pregnant and had bronchitis. And I didn't have an STD, thank God. I was clean. Didn't have any HIV, but they told me I was pregnant, and so they couldn't treat my bronchitis. And I was like, that's impossible. There's no way in hell that I'm pregnant, because that means it's my ex's. And we were not on speaking terms. In fact, I kind of was scared that, he may not be in a point of his life where he could take care of this kid, you know? I wasn't even in a point in my life where I knew I was ready for a kid. Like, it hit me, it shocked me, and then they did a blood test. And they took like 7 or 8 vials of tube, y'all, of blood to determine that I was 3 days along in pregnancy. I said, that's impossible. You can't tell someone they're pregnant 3 days along. And the doctor in the UT Tyler Hospital was like, I fucking guarantee you, you're 3 days pregnant, and your ex is not the father. The dude you drunkenly slept with and made you drink here is the father. Or drive me here is the father. So we thought it was his kid, but something in my mom was like, it's not his kid, man. We're going to get to that first sonogram appointment. We're going to realize it's not his kid. Well, lo and behold, he couldn't make it to the sonogram appointment. And I was alone, and I talked to the doctor about so much shit. We found out it was my ex's. You can't tell someone that they're pregnant at 3 days. It's not possible. Screw the ER that we went to, because we will not be going back there. It was terrible. And the worst part about the whole ER visit was they never gave me a room. I was in the waiting room for 12 fucking hours. And the only time I went back was to get testing done. Or have my blood drawn. Or, fuck you, UT. So basically we found out it wasn't his kid. And so we had no way to contact my ex because, he was in a little bit of trouble. And so he was going through court and in jail. And so I was like, alright, well I guess you can just be the father, Being on nonchalant, and everything really hit me hard, and I was just like all like depressed and shit. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do as a mother because da da da. And I honestly considered so many other routes and options. And then I got to a point where I was like, you know what, I don't know. Adoption seemed like the best in the end. And I was like, I definitely think if I am not in a place to take care of this kid, then I would want to give it up for adoption, but to somebody I could trust, you know? And, so time went by and I was doing okay. My boyfriend, my current boyfriend, has all these fucking negative ass people in his life. And it's like, come on, man, you really need to chill out with these people, because he was an alcoholic. And so we got him clean. I made him cut off all these negative people that were just using him for his money. Like, these people were really, really bad people for him. Like, none of them worked. There was 5 adults that lived in this one little section of place. None of them worked. None of them paid their own bills. They all drank. And he was the only one that worked and paid all their bills and all their shit, you know? And, so we kept going on. We got our own place. We moved up the ladder and was getting our shit together. And then I got the message from my doctors that they needed to know the father's blood type, because they needed to know if they had to give me a RH negative shot or not. Because if I have the same blood type as the father, then there's really no reason for it. And really, it's a long story. It really goes into like my insurance plan and what they will cover and won't cover and what's going to cost more and da da da, you know. And that's state benefits for you, by the way. They just fucking suck sometimes. And so basically, I had to contact the father, and he was out of jail. I just was terrified of contacting him, and I'll tell you why. These people that used to be my boyfriend's friends that were leeching off of him, all 5 of them, they play a really big role in some shit, because they messaged me one night saying that Carver was looking for me. And so I was like, wait, what? That's my ex. And I said, I'm sorry, he can't contact me. Not for 5 years. And then they decided they were going to try to get a hold of me. And they did. And I talked to him. And I was like, I don't care what you have to say. And they were like, oh no, he's going to hurt you. He's going to come after you and get you and da-da-da. You know, he's after you. You need to fucking get your shit together and be ready. And they really scared me. But despite all that, woman's intuition, I swear to God, y'all, woman's intuition was telling me that's not the truth. They're lying. Something's up here. And I just don't believe that. Because if anything, Shane would want to be the father. And, my ex, he would want to be the father of this child. And so I reached out to my ex and I was like, hey dude, like, I didn't directly reach out to him. I mean, I had to go through other people to get to him, you know. Like, hey dude, I'm pregnant. I need to know your blood type so that I can know if I need the shot or not. And yeah, it's yours. But if you want to be part of his life, let me know and we'll figure it out. Because I'm not trying to screw anyone over out of seeing their kid, honestly. I mean, if he's doing better, he's doing better. I mean, obviously, he's out of jail. And he's been doing a lot better. He's stayed clean. He's doing everything he needs to. He is staying on track, and it's amazing to watch because you just see this person that went from someone who had such a struggle getting clean to, I'm clean now and I'm doing what I need to do for my son. And I thought that was the most amazing thing. And when I found out it was a boy, I cried. I screamed in the lady's face. I'm not gonna lie. I was so happy I wasn't having a girl. My worst fear is having a little girl, by the way. Like, I'm terrified of having a daughter. Just to be quite honest with you. So I screamed in this lady's face, like, oh my god, I'm not having a girl. And I just fell in love, and I decided I was going to keep it from that day on. So I'm keeping it. And he has made himself very much at home, because I went from 100 pounds to 120. And it's just been a wild experience. And so I have two fathers to my kid. My boyfriend and the bio father, who probably gonna, if he stays on track, he's gonna make an amazing father, and I already know he is. And it's just a really stressful situation at the same time, because coordinating between all of them and figuring it out, and I definitely was not prepared for this in my life. But I can tell you, God has a strange way about doing things, and apparently right now is the time that I'm supposed to become a mother. And so here we are, and here I am trying to teach my current man how to grow and get rid of the negative and start working towards a better version of him. And then my ex is my baby daddy is trying to help out, and it's just so much. Like, I got really lucky. I got really lucky, because most of the time you come across baby daddies that, like, are so dramatic about stuff, and they're just like, they don't want to do anything to help that child, and they da-da-da, and they just don't want to take responsibility. And I'm just, I thank God every day that this man is my baby father, because at least he's trying to be there, and he's trying to go to the appointments, and he's trying to get a job, and he's trying to better himself and do everything he needs to do. And he doesn't make it dramatic, and we have such good communication now. And I'm so proud that he is my baby father, honestly, and I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. And, you know, I get a lot of people out here who probably wouldn't understand my stances, but I come from a belief that child support is useless. It's not worth it. And it's just a fault in our system. And that if you're an adult, it takes two to tango to make a kid. And if one is not ready for a kid, then you better man the fuck up and do what you need to for that kid, you know? And so, yeah. I don't believe in the child support system. I don't believe in making my child feel like they're a fucking car payment. I believe in co-parenting and making shit work, and listening to each other and having good communication and making it clear what you want and being an adult. I just don't understand why everyone's so finicky about it, because I've come across some females, that's the only reason they even have fucking children. And then you got some men that are like, I don't even want anything to do with this child. Yeah. I did. And I did. I got extremely lucky. I don't think anyone will ever see this video. If you're wondering, by the way. I know I'm all over the place. I don't intend to be nice or, you know, I'm just going to talk to y'all like y'all, somebody I know. And honestly, let me tell you one thing about pregnancy. Hormones are fucking crazy. They are. And if it wasn't for me having this amazing friend who has been there through thicker and thin, who has a very, very big part in all of this. Because if it wasn't for her, I would have done broke down a long ass time ago and not known what to do this whole time. And she's just so amazing. So, thanks to you. I love you, baby girl. She's gonna make an amazing godmother. too at that. Because I already named godmother to her. And then my friend he's gonna be godfather. Y'all, this is literally pregnancy. This is what it looks like. You're gonna be eating the whole time. Other than throwing up, but you're gonna be eating a lot. A lot more than you ever did. Because let me tell you, I went from 1 meal a day to like 12. Dear Lord. I never thought I would ever freaking eat this much. Anyway. There's a lot more to it. Like, emotionally, I struggle. Like, really, really bad. Because I have a lot of things that I'm trying to work on. And even though I'm not that far along, I am showing signs of postpartum depression this early on. And, very aware of it. I'm very aware something isn't right and that I am depressed. But it's because, I do think it's partially because I've been trying to heal in a lot of ways. And it's very hard for me because, one, I'm pregnant and my self-esteem is, it's gone. I don't have fucking self-esteem. Let me tell you right now. And, yeah, I get a bunch of compliments, but I just think compliments really don't mean much unless they're coming from the person you want to hear them from. And emotional support doesn't mean much unless you get it from the person you want to hear that emotional support from. And it's hard to find people like that, because let me tell you, ever since I've gotten pregnant, I don't be talking to people. I don't want people touching me. I don't want people around me. I don't even want to hear people's voices. And there's only 3 people that my baby really kicks and moves to. Anyone else, he's like, fuck y'all. Get the freak away from me. I don't want you near me, you know? Yeah, he's antisocial. He definitely gets that from me because I'm very, very antisocial. I've had the same best friend for like 9 years now. And that's like about the only person I talk to. Besides my sister, who's been my sister since I was born. And, honestly, it's been a lot harder emotionally ever since, between my boyfriend and my ex. It's just, a lot's been going on, and trying to figure all that out is a lot of a struggle, too. Like, I struggle with a lot of things on that aspect, for sure. And it's really, really hard for me to, like, open up emotionally to people, if that makes sense. I don't even like crying in front of people. I will legit go to a bathroom and cry so that people don't see me cry. I do not like people seeing me cry. Or I will tell someone to leave my fucking room so I can cry. I'm not gonna lie, this taco is fucking good. Like, my boyfriend says that I've always dealt with everything alone. And he's not lying. I've never been able to rely on people due to the simple nature of the fact that every time I seem to, like, emotionally open up, people screw me the fuck over. And they hurt me. And so my defense mechanism has been to deal with it myself, I guess. And as an adult, I know if you can't rely on other people, because if you do, you're never going to get anywhere in life. You just gotta do it your fucking self. Ooh. Sorry. Pregnancy. But, so emotionally, I've always been shut off from a lot of people. Like, I don't even know my own emotions anymore. When I feel something, I process it for like a long ass time, and then it just goes away. Honestly, that's how I dealt with it for so long. I'm surprised I'm not a living volcano sometimes. But lately I've been trying to like really open up and build trust between me and certain people and open up emotionally, and it's super fucking hard for me. I have learned, I have really learned that it's super fucking hard for me to do this. And I try. I do. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, a text just came through and I was like, what the fuck? Who is texting me? But it's super hard. And I think my problem is my hormones cause me to also be really erratic and emotional sometimes, so I can't identify if it's just hormones or whatever the fuck is going on right now. All I know, at the end of the day, I love my baby boy, and I'm ready to see him. Every single day we get closer. Every single day I try harder and harder and harder not to do something stupid, you know, because I am high risk. I'm a very high risk pregnancy already this early on. I was high risk since I was six weeks and 6 days. But I don't know. It's really, everything will be worth it in the end. And I'm just beyond ready. And I love him. And yeah, even though my whole life situation, I'm good. My whole life situation is, sorry, that's my roommate. My whole life situation is crazy. I just repeated myself like 6 times. I really need to get my brain on track. I have mom brain. Even though it's crazy, I don't regret it. And even though my kid has 2 fathers, I don't regret it. I love both of them to an extent. In their own little ways, I will always have that certain type of love for the baby father because he is my child's father. And I really appreciate and respect him. And I really appreciate and respect my dude that works his ass off for us. So, now that that's off my chest, I honestly feel a lot fucking better. I really do. Thank you.